Alrighty, let's see. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Silent Hill 2. Alright, uh, wow, I just started the video, and I just now forgot where the hell we left off. Okay, amazing. You know, that's not uncommon. Friggin' I get my shit together, and then, I'm ready to record, and then suddenly, shit, where the hell was I? At any rate, I've been dealing with some stuff as of late. I've been kind of busy, but it's otherwise, life just goes on, and I'm just here to just relax and play some games. But in any case, let me think. If I remember correctly, last we left off. Oh yeah, we just got done going through the Lake View Hotel, most of it, anyways. I don't think we're that far from the ending here. We met up with Laura after killing Eddie. That poor motherfucker. He literally was just like, "Hey, bro, so you're kinda are an asshole, right? Because everybody else I've ever met in my life has always looked down on me and has always talked down to me like you do, right? So clearly you're an asshole. And so clearly I'm going to murder you like I murdered that one guy for being an asshole. Because I found some actual fun out of that. Oh, wait, no, that's right. He killed a dog. That's right. He's a dog killer. Eddie is a dog killer. He might have killed a person after that, presumably, but for the most part, he's a murderer of canine. That's the biggest and farthest we've gone with his crimes. I believe he did kill someone, which is why he was apprehended by the cops. But yeah, Eddie's got problems. The problem became too great for him. The guilt he probably suffered was probably too great as well. And Silent Hill was just, I'm sure was just showing him all these things. So instead of learning from them, he was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to embrace it, right? I'm a fucking murderer. And so he did. And maybe that is the sinister thing, is that Silent Hill is not trying necessarily. That presumes an interesting quandary, right? Because Silent Hill might not be trying to fix you, in a sense, but trying to mold you into being the your baser self. It's trying to show you who you really are. Just kind of hold up a mirror, right? A reflection of your innermost self, and whether you choose to embrace that or choose to reject it is entirely up to you, right? Now, as far as playthroughs on this channel goes, I have been thinking about finishing Rogue Trader immediately after this. I am definitely going to get back to that. That's for sure. I'm still interested in seeing where the story goes. I know I've said that about a few other games back before I got the VTuber model, like Engage, for example. But Fire Emblem Engage has another problem that I had with the game that I don't have with Rogue Trader, and that's the fact that it doesn't take a while for things to get better, and the dialogue isn't superfluous, right? Like you learn some tidbits and details, but nothing too grandiose as like, oh yeah, I got into the service because I was almost killed or something at one point, but then a knight came and saved me, and so now I've dedicated my entire life to following, like to be a knight, and also to follow like your mother, who was also like, I guess, if I remember the plot correctly, a queen or something like that. I don't remember. She was also a dragon. Point being, though, is that yeah, you're the entire story of Engage is kind of it's kind of hidden. It's kind of non-existent. It very much feels like more so like a cash grab series. Like it exists just to sell you on previous Fire Emblem games, which I don't necessarily like. And I feel like that's kind of tracking for a lot of Nintendo games, right? Because Nintendo games seem to be having this problem where, like, let's take, for example, Game Freak. Game Freak has been making Pokemon games, but they've always been the same type of Pokemon games for, like, the longest time. And not only that, but, they don't really improve upon their formula. I mean, granted, we have companies like Ubisoft who is just like, oh, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, it's like, well, you think you can add a bit more to it? Because, I mean, You've how many sequels are we at to now, and you have yet to up or change the formula in any sort of way. You haven't done anything new or dynamic with it. You just kind of just been Oh yeah, we'll just keep making more sequels of this thing, right? At any rate, it's just kind of annoying. I'm actually more disappointed with games these days. It's mainly due to the fact that a lot of good games are now at the hands and mercy of developers and publishers who honestly don't give a shit. And I find that to be utterly terrifying. I have hope that the Knights of the Old Republic remake is going to be good. Listen, I gave when the Knights of the Republic remake was being switched over from was taken from Aspire. I thought that that decision was kind of a stupid one because they had a lot of elements going for it that was like, oh man, this is going to be an awesome remake. But when Sony pulled the plug on it, I'm like, interesting. So you don't want to make more money. And the reasons they gave, according to much of the discourse, was like it wasn't God of War enough. It wasn't anything like Naughty Dog games. And I'm like, that can't be true. That can't be the discourse. And to an extent, it was. It was like, God damn it, Sony. But anyways, no, I have more faith in it now because it's in the hands of Saber Interactive. And if you don't know, Saber Interactive is the game studio that is currently making one that currently making is has made one of my favorite games so far this year, and that is Space Marines 2. And if Saber can make a really fucking amazing port of The Witcher 3 to the Switch, and then make the goddamn Space Marines 2 like such a baller as hell game, then and convinced many people, even a random shitter like me who never gave a shit about 40K, to suddenly pay attention to 40K. Imagine what these motherfuckers could do at the hands of the Star Wars IP and Knights of the Old Republic. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. I pay attention to that. I stopped giving a shit after they switched hands with developers, you know, for the Knights of the Republic remake. But now that I know what Saber looks, now that I have a better idea of what Saber's actual quality of gaming well, I don't know about practices, but certainly like their approach to gaming is like, you know, I have a lot more faith in it now than I have ever had, even with Aspire, right? Because Aspire is known for porting shit, right? They've been consistently known for porting shit, but Saber is got at least one good track record that I'm at least aware of, and that's the fact that it's got not Knights of the Republic, but it's got Space Marines 2 under its belt, which is a sequel, not a remake of anything. And not only that, but Saber's ported The Witcher 3 to the Switch in a pretty amazing way. And what else? They also brought back Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, but that was through Aspire, technically. Wasn't it through Aspire? I don't remember anymore. I'm pretty sure they brought back Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, but I don't remember. Anyways, point is, they're definitely a company to keep track of, and I didn't know this until I looked them up. But apparently, Aspire is a subsidiary to Saber, which is interesting. I don't know how that works, but yeah. I wonder if Saber is now like its own functioning publisher. I have no idea. That's probably some things to look into, but otherwise, yeah. I have some interesting faith in that stuff. I'm kind of just shooting the shit right now because I'm making a drink first off, and I just felt like talking. I just felt like ranting a little bit. It's maybe I wonder if I should just make chat videos. No, that's not gonna go well because I've already done a few of those and they haven't done well, if at all. Except for Storytelling 101, and Storytelling 101 is only as good probably because, it focuses on a topic that seems like it would be interesting to people who have actual questions about certain things and about certain skills and trades, right? So, I think that tracks. Everything else is done with a different intention. Like, well, the Space Marines 2 reaction for the Actman didn't work out very well, primarily because I imagine was it didn't pull a lot of people's attention because it's a reaction content. And when I think about it, actually, like I'm not a very reactive person. I'm a very critical person. I'm a very opinionated person, but I'm not a very I'm not a very emotional type person. I think me playing this game has proven that in spades as well. And then there's also the other detail, which is that my rant about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, that's not tracking very highly. Maybe as a result of the fact of it's twofold, right? Like it's not 40K content because a lot of the bump that I got from making videos earlier was for 40K content, right? The Silent Hill 2 combined with the reactionary video and also my response to the reviews I was seeing with Dragon Age: The Veilguard, which by the way it's out now and it's actually far more garbage than I had initially thought. Like there's a I mean, yeah. There's a God, I don't even want to get into that one. But anyways, that's a can of worms I don't want to get into. I already made an entire video bitching and raving about that. But yeah, the point being, I I like I like doing other things, and I like 40K. I've been enjoying my time getting into the franchise that is 40K. But I can understand that maybe a lot of the initial uh, appeal was because of the fact that I was doing 40K content, and so I had a lot of 40K fans and new fans watching my shit over the shit that I'm doing now, which that makes sense. It's a 40K audience. That's not going to easily translate from going from one thing to another, right? I think that makes sense. But I also think it's kind of weird that my storytelling 101 though has nothing to do with 40K content, and yet it's well, at least I don't remember if it does. I think I might have used 40K as an example several times because it was fresh. But I mean, it was very much just like, things that I hate, things that I do when I write my own stories, because I do it as a hobby. Well, I mean, I did it as a hobby. I don't do it as much anymore, but it's like, back in the day when I've written many McFucking rough drafts for things and manuscripts, I never approached it from the position of like, oh, how can I shovel garbage down people's throats? How can I shovel my opinion in people's faces, I never did it like that, like most of the people who try to crowbar this shit into media nowadays do it. I just did it from the perspective of like, how can I like what kind of story do I want to write? Okay, so that's the story I want to write. All right, what kind of characters would work well for this setting? What's a new perspective I can add to this setting? Like, could I somehow combine this particular theme with this particular aspect of the human condition? Could I potentially maybe write a character who suffers a problem that's similar but distinctly unique but still universal that everyone can relate to and is reflective to that experience? I don't know. These are all questions that I ask when I begin writing rough drafts for things. And so granted, when I made that whole like little 3-hour sort of lesson planner video, I was basically doing it from my perspective of making things as from like a hobbyist perspective, sort of, an amateur writer perspective. I never did it out of intention to necessarily get a whole lot of views. I didn't think it was going to perform nearly as well, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because the thing that I thought wasn't going to perform at all actually ended up performing far more than any of my other content, which is kind of funny. It actually makes me wonder if I should actually write alternative stories for games, Not necessarily like take shit games and then rewrite those stories to be something better, right? No, just like take interesting concepts and ideas from games and then just add to it, right? Like add new context or flavor to those stories. Not necessarily like for the purposes of being able to say like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm taking your stupid story and I'm making it better with my own thoughts and ideas. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just like I just think to myself like there's a lot of points and incidents, well, not incidents, but instances in stories where it's just like, this could do better if you had a little bit of something that works with this prior to this scene. Oh yeah, this could have been better if you did this a little different. Oh yeah, this might have been better if you did that different. This could have flown so much better if we had a scene where we had characters talking about this thing, and then also adding hints that there might be a problem with this thing with a one character, and then it leads to this moment, right? This defining, like, sort of like rebellion, this reversal, this apprehension, this revulsion to this thing, right? And it's like, I feel like that could, if if people like that kind of thing, I could certainly focus on writing manuscripts and then making that like an entire video series, right? Of like, not necessarily hmm, like I'm bettering content, but maybe like just call it what it is, right? It's just like it's like a fan rewrite of like some of your favorite stories, you know, like a fan rewrite, like a fan rewrite of some of your favorite stories. Maybe I can make a series off of that. I don't know why I should be saying this in a video like this, because I don't think a whole lot of people are going to see it. But if anyone happens to see this, and you think that's an interesting idea, feel free to like the video. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm probably just going to assume that people like the video itself. Leave a comment. Just leave a comment saying like, I like that idea. Your idea at this point in time was a good one. Because I've done so many videos now that they all congeal together now, and me trying to keep track of things that I say, even just offhandedly, it's a mind-numbingly difficult. Especially since my videos are like 3 fucking hours long, and they're all playthrough videos. Even the ones that aren't playthrough videos are nearly 3 hours long. It's like, God, I can rant up a storm and get sidetracked at the wazoo, but Jesus Christ, man, when I get into something, I really get into something. But no, that's neither here or there. So that being said, I've ranted pretty much long enough. I'll just go ahead and get into the video. Let me take this sip. I don't know if you heard any of that. I did try messing with the settings. I could try moving the microphone away from my face maybe a few times. Maybe that might help it, but I don't know. I don't know how. I've never tested like range and distance with this microphone, so me doing that might just ruin my, my ability to talk normally. I have no idea. At any rate, I am interested to see where this story goes. When this is all said and done and I start playing this more thoroughly on my own end, like maybe I'll make something about how I feel about the story of this game. Maybe not necessarily like a review of the game, but so much so as like a story review, just kind of retaking all the things that I've learned and maybe just, I don't know, talking about some of the deeper sort of aspects of the thing that I've noticed while playing, and and just kind of previewing all of my thoughts and storylines that I have done. I guess not necessarily done, but been through with the game so far. Anyways, I am going to stop talking. All right, let's see here. So we got the Little Mermaid statue from here. We went through that little dungeon area earlier. I have no weapons and no meds. I do have a few meds, but not a whole lot. That was quite the trek. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't even have a flashlight. I still need to solve this puzzle. Let's see, that was the 3rd floor, was it? I believe the 3rd floor is where I got... Oh, that's right, I don't have my map and everything. This is where I was, right? No, no, not here. Where was I? Shit, where was I? Was it here? Yeah, this is where it was. And my shit's gone. Or maybe it's not. I missed you, Gunge. I missed you. Alright. So we did it. We got through all that nonsense, and we managed to secure pretty much everything that we needed from the basement, I think. The only thing we haven't done is figured out where to put these statues. I'm assuming the statues go downstairs. I thought maybe you were supposed to collect lights and put the lights down there, but no, these are for statues. Yeah, statues go in there. It's got to be what it's for. You got to put the statues in this thing in order for shit to move. Yeah. Little Mermaid goes over there. Cinderella goes here. All right. Hmm. All right, so that's definitely how that's supposed to work, I think, but huh? I'm not sure now. There are layers to these dials too. Hmm. Maybe if I can just maybe if I could just connect them well enough, I could be able to figure out how to maneuver it. I'm not even sure how this connects. Huh. Okay, wait a minute. Do I just have to... Maybe I'm not supposed to get them all lined up? I just need to line up enough of the tracks for it to be able to maneuver around towards the door. That's probably the goal. So I need to create a track that allows the pieces to move across the dials in order to get to the door. And I just need to do it for one of each. I think that's the goal. Alright, so that goes on a round trip there. Can I also do it if I do it this way? Okay, yeah, I can. Alright, so let's see. Hmm? No, do I have to do it that way? Oh, I guess I do. I have to get everyone towards the door. That's going to complicate things because I don't exactly have the best method to get them all to the door. This one's at least simple enough, you know, just angle it that way. And then that statue gets to that door, but I need to figure out how to get you to that door. Let's see what your problem is. Alright, that's the one's not completely connected. Alright. That looks like it connects well enough. That looks like it'll do it. Alright. What's this? More added shit to the puzzle? What began with 3 would soon deplore 7 kindly souls opened up the door. Trading 1 for 2, away she would roam, but the love of 5 would bring her back home. Taunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving 1 behind she has found a way. Would soon deplore 7 kindly souls. Taunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving 1 behind she has found a way. Am I just doing basic addition and subtraction here? What began with 3, 1 would soon deplore 7 kindly souls open up the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trading 1 for 2. Away she would roam, but the love of 5 would bring her back home. Play on words, I think. Let's say trading 1 for 2. So now there's 11. Then there's 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe I'm reading into that a little too hard. Or maybe I'm not looking at it right. Taunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving 1 behind she has found a way. One, two, three, 4, 5. That clearly wasn't it. Let me see. So I'm assuming then this has to do with the pieces, right? And it has to do with the doors. But what are these? What began with 3, one would soon deplore. 7 kindly souls open up the door. This one may very well just be simple enough. Maybe it's just about the 7. I don't know if I'm smart enough for this type of puzzle. Let's see. What began with 3, one would soon deplore. Exactly what am I trying to accomplish by doing this? And what exactly am I adding here? Am I just supposed to add all of the individual pieces here? It is not just like a story, it's not just a story being told here. It's just like each individual setup has their own individual like amount of things that need to be added and subtracted. I guess so. All right, what began with 3, one would soon deplore. 7 kindly souls open up the door. So 1, 2. Oh, reset that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trading 1 for 2, away she would roam. But the love of 5 would bring her back home. So there's 2. Eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving 1 behind she has found a way. Do I also have to account for the narrator as well in these? Taunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving 1 behind she has found a way. So there's 3 people minus 1, so just 1, 2. Oh, I got that one right. Hang on. Which ones did I get right? Let me try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, this one was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Okay, so those 2 doors open. This one did not. Let's see. What began with 3? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. What began with 3, 1 would soon deplore. 7 kindly souls open up the door. So maybe it's 11, because it's accounting for the narrator as well. So let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Huh? Wait. Wait a moment. Oh, fascinating. Trading 1 for 2, away she would roam, but the love of 5 would bring her back home. Oh, am I supposed to determine which one's the right amount in here? So this okay, so it's like steps, right? They're all going by the amount of spaces. So the numbers represent a space that they move. You need to find the correct amount of spaces for them to get to the door. I'm seeing it now. So 5 is this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taunted by the 2, she would toil away, leaving one behind she has found a way. Okay, there we go. Logic puzzles, man. I love them, but sometimes I feel like such an idiot playing them. Third floor corridor key. Now we can go up and meet James's Marie. Oh, the music just follows us. Still have yet to get any use out of that other key. 312? Well, that's probably because it's on the other side of this. 315. 314. 313. 312. Reach room 312. Truly special. Oh, I believe I've seen videos. I believe when I was watching videos about this game, I think I remember this scene, I think. James does sit on a couch in front of a TV, reflecting on his past at some point. All that's left is to insert the videotape. There's a handprint on the fucking cassette player. Boy, oh boy, James, I'm hoping this video of yours is suitable for all audiences.
Are you taping again? Come on. don't know why, but I just love it here.
I mean, it is lovely
It's
here.
so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why.
They built a city on an Indian burial ground, confirmed.
It's too bad we have to leave. Promise you'll take me again, James.
I see. So it's not that it was presumed. He straight up murdered his wife. Why did he record himself murdering his own wife?
Hey, there you are. You know where Mary is? Come on, talk to me.
Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar. That's a lie.
No. It's the truth.
She died because she was sick.
That look in his eyes, just like,
I killed her.
Killer! Why'd you do it? I hate you! I want her back. Give her back to me. I knew it. You didn't care about her. I hate you, James!
I
I
hate.
hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
This weird fracturing issue that's happening with the hairline. It's weird.
She was always waiting for you. Why? Why?
I don't notice it in the recording though, but maybe it's because I'm not that zoomed in on it.
I'm sorry. Mary, you know, isn't here.
It's weird that even when my mouth is static, it keeps moving. Maybe the sensitivity's too high.
Mary?
James.
But where? Where are you?
You're so close now. Please, don't leave me out here, James. James.
James, oh James. That is not your wife. I see that the true form of this place is finally manifested. What about Laura? What happened to Laura? Why is there water in here? Leaky roof? Alright, well that's progress. More ammo. Could always use more ammo. This place is nice and rotted. Good old dirty. Anyways, let me see here. Mess with the settings real quick again. Hopefully this time I can fix that problem. Maybe if I set it to balanced. It may just be because the way the settings are set. Maybe it's because shadow? It would be a shadow issue from the looks of it, but even a shader issue, I imagine. Yeah. Hopefully that might fix it. So far I'm going through a lot of holes in walls to get to different places. You know, eventually we gotta face off against good old Pyramid Head for one epic battle royale. I don't even play Fortnite. Let's see. Where are we heading? Because I don't think... So we just went on a round trip. I guess we're going downstairs? Or maybe through this door? No. Yeah, it's looking like we're... No, we came from here. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I was half expecting that to collapse on me. That reminds me, did I take this yet? I don't think I did. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Gotta pop some pills, take a bit of medication. Again, nothing too serious, it's just skincare medication. Still can't get it right. If that was to be used on something, it would be something nearby, wouldn't it? At least we know that Eddie wasn't the first time he's ever murdered somebody. There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. In that case, I think I know exactly what I'm doing with this. I just saw something, but oh well. Anyways, time for you to break the floor. Time to jump down, James. The weird jump cuts. Wash yourself, make yourself clean, remove the evil of your deeds from my sight. Hmm. There are symbols all across this painting. Yeah, memories of using a walk. I think a lot of people back in the day have memories of having a walk. I think at least, I think everybody had a walk at least to some degree. If you're a boomer. Must have been nice growing up at a time when cheeseburgers were only $1. I see. Goal. Get to elevator. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's no straight shot to the elevator. We're gonna have to probably go through a lot of hoops to get to that elevator. That's fascinating. So he actually murdered his wife. So what does this mean for the overall story here? Is it just James trying to confront the evils of his past? Literally, he killed his wife, and him trying to find his wife is some way of redeeming himself?
She will not be cured. All that suffering. I am no longer sure if it was of any use. If it meant anything at all. I can't say if this newfound understanding, if there's any wisdom to be had in all that happened. I suppose that's for you to learn. And I hope you will.
That must have been his doctor. That must have been his wife's doctor. And this was his recording of that, of maybe even of either during a conversation with James, or it was a recording for himself regarding the situation with James and his wife. I have no idea. But you know, this all raises an interesting question and implication. You know, so this entire time, us trying to find Mary is James trying to find his lost humanity. After he killed his wife, he's been on a search trying to find Mary, potentially in the hopes that, you know, he can finally confront the demons of his past, quite literally, and hopefully he can overcome it by potentially finding his wife here, who presumably died, and essentially making up for that by, I'm assuming, meeting her, confronting everything that he's done, maybe get a verbal lashing from her or something, right? Because we weren't exactly sure why he was here specifically, but other than to find his wife, right? But I'm sure he hoped that not only was she alive, but that by finding her, he would finally be able to literally confront the demon of his past and essentially set himself free from it, right? That maybe he hadn't had lost that last bit of humanity as a result of him doing the deed in that fashion. On top of the fact that he was potentially cheated on his wife, presumably with some of the nurses. You know, all this points to a very interesting and very stark conclusion. Alright, we found the elevator. Okay, that wasn't as much of a hoop jump that I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I saw that happening. We didn't go very far. Are we on the first floor? Hmm. I'm assuming this must be basement level because everything's flooded. Yeah, the first floor was flooded, and that... I can only imagine what the basement level would be like. Cannot sprint through this water. That makes sense. I can at least move through it a little faster this way. Oh yeah, we are on basement level. Fascinating. Okay. Can go into the pump room. Angela? What's she doing here? Oh, hello.
Mama? Mama! I was looking for you. You're the only one left. Maybe then I can finally rest. Mama. What's wrong? Wait. You're not my mama.
No.
It's you.
Damn. Me when I ask a girl.
It's Angela.
I'm kidding.
I think you were right. What we're looking for, it's not here. Not anymore.
Yeah, setting it to balance definitely helped.
Thank you for helping me earlier. But I wish you hadn't.
Because you wanted to die?
Mama said it. I deserve what happened.
No, Angela, that is not true.
Ooh.
Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me?
I can fix her, guys. I can totally... God. Or maybe you think you can save me. God, that's such a line. Surprisingly enough, this game, if the dialogue and the plot threads are still accurate, you know, still hits pretty hard by today's standards. So that's interesting to note.
Will you love me? Care for me? Heal all my pain?
I think James has had enough of that.
That's what I thought. James. Give me back the knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself.
Not really.
Have it your way.
At least I don't think so.
It doesn't change anything.
It's hot as hell in here.
Yeah.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Not gonna try and save her or stop her? I suppose you have your own problems to deal with. Although, in my opinion, if you really wanted to try and reclaim that humanity, or at least attempt to make a good show for it, you know, something redeemable, you can start by trying to help people more, James. But granted, I think the help she needs is a little bit more complicated than what you're capable of offering. So I think I can kind of get it. Yeah, sorry, I'm not taking chances with you. So that cutscene did not lose any frames or wig out at any point, which is weird. Ah, shit, that's right. I just remembered something. Damn it, I keep forgetting to try that. Oh, hello. I guess that was scripted. No wonder why she didn't react the way they usually do. I mean, you gotta make sure they're dead, right? And she was clearly not dead. The fact that she didn't start ragdoll until I started wailing on her with the pipe is evidence of that. 312 to be cleared out. No one's returning. Yeah. I think we're about to re-enter James's nightmare again. Oh yeah, and as far as just as another interesting thing to add on, as as far as 40K content goes, I think after Rogue Trader, I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do. I tried doing Dawn of War, and Dawn of War is yeah, that's a real-time strategy type of game that I don't think I'm gonna be able to do. I might give it more of a go, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I am not an RTS guy. That looks familiar. This must be the save station of all save stations here. This must be it. This is where we face off against our arch nemesis, Pyramid Head. Our literal demon.
James!
Leave her alone. Leave us both the hell alone. I know what you are. I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
Okay, that's not where you were sitting just a moment ago.
I'm ready.
To end this nightmare. Holy sh! You want all the ammo? I'll give you your ammo. I'll pump you full of so much lead you won't know what to do about it. Come on. Die. Die, damn you. Okay, what are you doing? What? What? Destroy what you don't need. Scarlet egg? Rust-colored egg. Yeah, what am I doing now? What the? What was the point of those eggs?
What do you want, James? Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already. Look at me. I'm disgusting. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. It'd be easier if they just killed me. But I guess the hospital's making a nice profit off of me. Why are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James. Wait. Please. Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not gonna die. Help me.
That was a little depressing, wasn't it? But that's what you expect from this type of game. Oh man, they're loading me up for something, that's for sure. Shape forces the mind. I guess we're going up. Oh my god, there she is.
Mary? I have missed you so much.
I've missed you too. We can finally be together. Forever.
No.
James. Honey. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I know you tried,
James, please.
but she's gone. I know that now,
Stop it.
and I can't just keep pretending.
Shut up! What do you want? Do you even know anymore? I'm yours. I'm here for you. So what if I'm not her?
That's interesting.
I can give you what she never could. I can be better than her. What else do you want me to be? What else can I be?
I am so sorry, Maria. I really am. But this has to stop. It's time to let it go.
No.
What?
I won't let you do this to me. I won't let you go.
And this is where it comes out. Here we go. Now we were really fighting a nightmare. The hell is that? This is so weird. Why is my computer able to run this so flawlessly? What the hell? I'm so used to this thing having, like, weird jumps or whatever. You know, sometimes my computer has this thing where it's just like, you know, if I set it on the highest quality, it never has a problem. But the moment I let it dip, it suddenly is just like, oh, it has all the problems. It's like, how does that work? How does my laptop make sense? Stop moving around so much. It's kind of hard to hit you when you're constantly moving around like a crazy person. Oh wait, you are a crazy person. Oh man, we're really in the thick of it now. We finally descended all the way into the madness stage. Oh look, ammo. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh. Are you above me? Where are you? Oh, you're above me, aren't you? Get over here. What are you doing? Hi there. Where are you now, hmm? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I can pipe that? That's amazing. Come on, you're gonna take these shells. Where are you? God damn it, Maria. That's not what I'm asking you to do, James. I'm asking you to shoot. Bastard. God damn it, Maria. No means no. Up. Frames. Ow. Don't think I hit you with that. Ow. Oh, now where'd you go? Ow. She don't like that one bit. still and let me shoot you. It's been fun, Maria.
James.
But you know what has to happen, right? That part of me. Defeat her. Achievements are weird. I like how the achievements are a part of the experience in this game.
I miss you so much. I tried. I really did, but I can't. Just can't go on without you. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. I know this isn't what you would want. But I guess it doesn't matter anymore. You're not here. Are you?
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you to come and see me. But you never do. So, I wait. Wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know, I've done a terrible thing to you. I wish I could change that, but I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it is. The doctor came today. told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this could be my last chance. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I missed you so much. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Every time you come to see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me. Maybe I just disgust you. I'm so sorry. When I first learned I was gonna die, I couldn't accept it. I was so angry. I struck out at everyone I loved. Especially you. And that's why I understand if you hate me. But I want you to know, I will always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. Which means that as you're reading this, I'm already dead. But that's okay. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I just hope the pain will end soon. So that you remember me for who I was. And not what the disease made me. I want you to go on. I want you to live. For yourself and for others. Like you did for me. James, you made me happy.
I was not expecting it to end on such a high note. What the hell? That was actually really good. That was all just fantastic. I mean, that was depressing as hell, but that's exactly what I was expecting. That's actually just... that was superb. I can see why people really like this game. And why it stands out as being like one of the best of not just the franchise, but just one of the most talked about and interesting like character study games out there. It's a cult classic for a reason, that's for sure. I think what's sadder about this is that I called it literally early on in this video. I was like, you know, James, you could probably fix everything. You could probably help you could probably redeem yourself. You could probably do a lot of things to help yourself if you just focused on just helping people. You have a lot of people in this game who need help. Well, not really a lot of people, but you have like a couple of people, right? You know, you had Eddie and you had Angela. If you had bothered to focus on trying to help them instead of focusing on your own problems, you probably could have actually redeemed yourself a little bit. You probably could have found something different, more meaningful to do, but you didn't do that. And it's so funny that even Mary in her letter at the end was just like, James, you should do what you did for me. You should be a rock. You should be someone who helps others, like you helped me. And it's like, that is such a poignant way to end that, because I had already called that. He goes through all of this shit to go find his wife, and it's such a self-centered thing that he wants to do. It's not even really self-centered, but it's like, he wants to find his wife, but then he goes through all of this shit to find one person, but then he meets all these other people, and he's just like, I can't be bothered. It's like, my guy, you could help these people, You can help them overcome all of the nonsense that they're going through, and they can help you find your wife. And then along the way, you might have been able to figure out, maybe even discovered, a new possibility for yourself. You might have been able to find a new answer than what this ending gave you, and that makes me wonder what the other ending's like. What is the other ending to this game, I wonder? It makes me wonder if the alternative ending is either worse, or if it's actually more uplifting. Like, James doesn't actually end up, like, wanting to kill himself at the end of the game. He actually decides that instead of going down this route, he decides that he's going to embrace his character, embrace what he is as a person, and he's going to try to do right by not just by Mary, but by himself, and actually try to be a better person. And he's going to let what he experienced both through the struggle of losing his wife and what the disease turned her into, and take everything he's experienced from Silent Hill and allow that to be his sort of metamorphosis into something greater. He took all of the trials and tribulations and decided, I'm going to be better than this. I'm going to be a better person. And that would have been that would be a far more interesting and compelling sort of like a potential message as a game. But this game is also, I don't know what the second ending's like. I know there's a joke ending, but I don't know what the second ending of this game could be like. It's probably more depressing. This is probably the best possible ending you could possibly get in this game. But I imagine that if the second ending is actually a better ending, it must be because that James does do things differently, and something differently, and as a result, you know, like, he probably comes away from it as a better person, and he just stops beating himself up, and he just focuses on just trying to improve himself. Become the kind of man that Mary had always knew he was, but that he just never believed it himself. Or he just no longer saw it within himself because he was so selfish. Even during her treatment. Like, it's very implied that he very much committed infidelity, among other things. And I can imagine that, because of all of the shit that went on during this whole problem with his wife, you know, he probably became a fundamentally different person. He just became changed. He just didn't really see himself as the same person that he was when he met his wife and on. He just saw himself as something inherently different. Like, he probably regrets the things that he did. So much, and on top of that, you know, he did end up, you know, killing his wife, which that ate him up a lot. And it probably makes sense why he never, like, focuses so much on the other aspect of the letter. Because James is an unreliable narrator by the beginning of Silent Hill, you know, like, he very much only focuses on the fact that, you know, he gets an invitation by her to go to Silent Hill, among other things. Maybe, actually, no, is that the same letter? I don't even remember. The point is, there's a lot of it. There's 8 endings. There are 8 endings to this game. How could there possibly be 8 endings? Wait. Hang on. There's the house that Maria didn't want to go into. There's a couple of other things as well. Hang on. There are some potential deviations here. Does that mean that the endings only become unlocked after you beat the game? That's fascinating. Hang on. Oh, that makes me really want to replay this game a little bit more and really delve into the intricacies of what the hell is going on here. There are 8 endings, and I'm assuming your first ending is going to be in water. Total play timing is 18. That's not too bad, actually. I got a lot out of this game. This is traveled. Consumables picked up. Yeah. Number of times check the map, 247. Wow, I checked it that many times. Number of times try to open locked doors, 485. Consumables picked up, 472. This game is fascinating, man. Total enemies killed, 384. Enemies killed by shooting, 107. Enemies killed by fighting, 277. Favorite weapon, steel pipe. That figures. Shots fired. Exactly at 800. That's funny. Number of windows destroyed, 135. 92 heals, times died 1. Yeah, I died 1 time by Pyramid Head in that one corridor hallway scene because I was kind of messing around, just kind of getting a feel for what I was supposed to do in that moment. Number of dodges performed, 742. You have gained access to New Game Plus, where you could play with access to additional items, graphics modes, and endings. So there are endings that are locked away because you have to beat the first attempt. That's interesting. Okay, that makes this so much more interesting. Okay. Oh, and the menu changes. That makes sense too. Ah, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make a playthrough of me going through the other endings. But this game is so fascinating. I can't wait to play this in my own time. You know what? Actually, I think I'll leave the other endings to you guys. If this playthrough has convinced you of anything, this is a very interesting game. I would highly recommend you just play it yourself. Get through the in-water initial ending, and then just go play through the other endings. There's 8 of them. So there's a lot of content to look for and get through. So that being said, I think I'll just go ahead and just leave that there. 2 hours isn't too bad. It's a shorter video. But yeah. No, I'm very impressed with this game. I wasn't sure what I was expecting going into this, but I was not expecting it to end this way, and I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I was expecting it to kind of be like kind of all right, but I wasn't sure where it was gonna go, like how the gameplay was gonna be. I wasn't sure like how close to the original it is. I still don't, because I haven't really watched any videos talking about it. I just at least a good while. I believe the last time I saw it, an in-depth study, the in-depth study of this particular title of the Silent Hill franchise, I believe it was like a few years ago, maybe like 3, 4, 5 years ago, somewhere around that range. And it was very interesting to listen to it be explained, but playing through it, I'm starting to see why people have such a fascination with this title. It's a very incredibly well done, and I don't know why they can't replicate this, because I think it'd be very easy to replicate this. Just focus on a different trauma, different topic, like with different characters. Like I think you could certainly make Silent Hill into an interesting franchise if you just continue to focus on making it a character, a sort of like a character study aspect about people's traumas, mental hang-ups, among other things. This franchise is specifically geared towards that. So why they went down the route of like having a bunch of people who have no idea how to make the games work is kind of funny. Konami did what Capcom did back in the day, which is like they just license out their IP to a bunch of different Western developers, or just developers in general. And as you can see, it had very mixed results. But this is a very interesting game. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave it there. But man, I am very thoroughly impressed. It makes me want to hurry up and get through my playthrough in my personal time, just to see what the other endings are like. And I would highly recommend that you buy this game. I cannot possibly give it a more glowing review other than just like go experience it for yourself. Go see what the other endings offer. Maybe I'm sure in one of those endings you can redeem most, if not every character, or you can experience a different aspect of the story that probably reveals even more interesting details. So that being said, I'm going to go and cut it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be going back to Rogue Trader here shortly, and I'm going to be looking for some other games to play in the meantime alongside Rogue Trader here and there. Like, I kind of did this as like a break from Rogue Trader, but I'll go ahead and start playing Rogue Trader again, and maybe if I find another game, I'll make intermittent content between Rogue Trader and another game. But that's kind of been iffy. Because, like, sometimes, like, I just want to focus on one game, and I just focused on this one primarily for a while, and I'm not at all disappointed. This is actually a pretty fun game. It was a pretty interesting game. I will definitely give it that. It's not terrible. It's got decent combat. Like, it's got a Resident Evil feel to it, but with, like, a different spin on some of the encounters. Well, a lot of them, really. But overall, yeah, I'm very thoroughly impressed with it. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.